Hey, Shadow Ops, what's up? Mike Bird, what's going on? How you guys doing? All right. All right, just got back from church, playing dominoes tonight again. I don't know if you've ever played Mexican train dominoes. It's kind of a fun little twist on the old reliable game, and I won tonight. I had to leave early, but I was 119 points ahead, so nobody was going to catch me. So, yeah. So, anyway, they're probably only playing one more game anyway. So, who else is here? Just the two of you so far. All right. So, let's see what else is going on. I got, I suppose this is the one that's in the way, huh? Yeah. Yeah. Do a little spring cleaning here. I got something unboxed. I think I know what it is. We'll find out. We'll open this up here in just a minute. See what's inside. I have a feeling I know what's in there, but I'm not sure. The shirts came today. I got this shirt. It goes with my, here's my G8. And now I have a shirt. G8. Got two of these. I got a blue one and a black one. Car's red on both of them, but... Alright, anyway. Thought it'd be fun to want to go to a car show. Wear the shirt that goes with the car. So, what the hell. So, Michael, you changed your handle to Michael, what does it say? Michael David Bird. Wow. Are you in trouble? Because my mom only uses my middle name when I'm in trouble. Well, Bill, what's up? What's going on? How you doing, man? Mike, or Bill, when you left last night, 30 seconds after you left, I found Rich's property. You weren't even gone 30 seconds. It was less than that. It's probably closer to 10. You just got lost, and I said, hey, here it is. I found it. So, anyway. Yeah, Pontiac had a lot of cool cars. You know, so did Buick back in the day. You know, they kept Buick and got rid of Pontiac. You know, and that kind of, I don't know. And Oldsmobile. I don't know what they got rid of Oldsmobile for either. Yeah, I don't know what you guys are doing different. You can't change your names. I didn't have any trouble changing mine, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on unless there's another Michael Bird out there. Maybe change it to Michael _ Bird and try that. Or hyphen Michael hyphen Bird. Because the only way EQ, what's up? That way I can see them not letting you change it is if somebody else already has that exact typing. So as long as it's got one character different, you're all right. So anyway, not sure. Couldn't say for sure. All right, so the thing says there's 7 in here, but I only see 4 of you. So we've got some lurkers. Welcome, lurkers. Not sure what we're going to talk about tonight. It might not be RC. Anything new come out, guys, that you guys want to talk about? I haven't heard of anything. I didn't go look specifically. Thursday to see if Horizon. I think Horizon came out with a car. I did go look for that. It was big sale. It was $10 off. Woo! Yeah, I threw that right in my cart. So, yeah, I don't know what's going on. These guys are. I just haven't figured it out. Don't know what they're thinking or doing. I know dumping the Elite program killed Horizon. From my friends there that work there are feeding me in that their sales are way down. So you got the Jeep. Oh yeah? Which one? It was the 18th scale one I kind of liked, but I think it was $189. I've always wanted that one, but not at that price. Yeah, I'll wait. It'll go on. It'll probably knock $100 off. When it goes $100 off, I'll buy it. You got your Arrows Pioneer today. Yeah, we've had some pretty windy days down here too. I was talking to my buddy Mike out at Flying Field yesterday, and he said nobody's been out to the field because it's too windy. He says him and another Al. We got a lot of Als. They just sat in their chairs and talked all day. They didn't fly a thing. Nobody wanted to put an airplane in the air. So Jeff in Lower Alabama. Yeah, there you go. Yep. Yeah, Joe sent me mine too, Jeff. Yeah. Because I called him up and called him out on it a while ago, and then he sent it to me. So yeah, so they're trying to make us happy again, but this new program, all they want to do is sell their damn smart batteries, and I'm not buying them. They ain't that smart, so I ain't buying them. They're smart chargers and smart batteries. They captured everybody's attention with their Spectrum program, but the batteries aren't going to work. You're just not going to draw that many people in on the batteries. Michael Bear, what's up? How you doing, man? It's going to be warm up there next week, next month. What did you say? Warming up next week, but mostly windy as well. Yeah. Well, windy is, yeah. Well, we'll go with well. Staying politically correct. Um, you can't fly micros in the wind at all. Sure, you can. We do it. We're racing around our through the. We've got picnic tables under an overhead, and there's a palm tree about, I don't know, maybe 20 feet from the pole of, and we race underneath the canopy and around the palm tree and back under the canopy with our. Well, I'm flying my UMX Timber X. The other guys all have the timber, the regular timber Evolution. Yeah, and we're just race around in the wind. Yeah, they'll penetrate the wind. Yeah, you just got to fight it. But yeah. Uh, So, how big a hangar is it? Can you get two airplanes in it? Just one? You're grooming? What is it? One of those narrow for the tail, wide at the wings, so they overlap each other, or you got one big rectangle? Uh, yeah, I've been. If they put the Scrappy on sale this Christmas, I'm going to buy it just for the novelty of it. Um, I'll fly it, but I just like to have it. Just like my Draco. I mean, I flew the shit out of it in the beginning just to prove that the landing gear was fine. I have over 300 landings on that airplane. I never hurt the landing gear once. So the it's a good flying airplane. I mean, I like it. I got too many airplanes. It's hard to pick one to fly. You got to figure out which ones you want to take, which ones you don't. Right now, I'm in the middle of reorganizing everything. So after cleaning out that condo for my friend, my new camper is packed to the gills. You can't get a toothpick in there. So I got to figure out. Been trying to call a thrift store, see if I can just sell the whole lot to a thrift store. Just they can have the whole lot. There's a lot of nice stuff in there, cool stuff that I like. There's a real nice recliner in there. I'd probably keep that. They got a bunch of those metal candle holders, all different sizes. Glass windows all the way around. The folded like V channel sides and a top and with a hook and and then they put a battery powered candle in it that flickers and you can change the light setting. I really love those. We've got a bunch of them here. I don't think I have any out here though. Yeah, I don't think I got a shitload in the house. The closest thing I have is the TARDIS. I should bring some of those out here, turn them on. So yeah, they're. So I got a bunch of those, bunch of throw pillows. Like when I say a bunch, I'm talking like 60, 70 of the printed pillows. That's got a scheme on it of some kind. God loves you, or home away from home, or a couple of them have that little red pickup truck on it that it went crazy for a while there. So yeah, there's a whole shitload of those, a whole shitload of artwork too, just same kind of stuff, all canvas. Almost all of it's got a canvas, on a wood frame kind of, artwork, and one was a stained glass one. It was really cool. So yeah, I got a shitload of that too. Again, 60, 70 different pictures, paintings, artwork. Got a ton of that. There's two big bookcases. There's a coffee table and two matching end tables. They're glass top tables. There's one bed frame, bed, box spring frame, a dresser cubbyhole thing, dining room table with a leaf. It's a round table that has one leaf to make it oval. And I didn't know this, but it's called a buffet. Okay, it's a big long furniture. I guess you would put your china in the bottom of it, and it has drawers, and you would serve your food on top of it, and they call that a buffet. And it's all wood. It's very heavy. It's real nice wood. That's pretty. That's a nice piece. A lot of this stuff is garbage. Ready for I'm just going to throw it to the burn pile. But a lot of it's pretty nice, and so it's a mixture of good and bad. Let's see, what else did we yank out of there? God, we brought so much stuff out of there. Let's see, what else did I jam in my camper? Oh, there's a couch. It's not in too bad a shape. It needs cleaning, and two of the legs are broke off. So it's a white and red, gray white, gray, and red plaid pattern. And it's in pretty nice shape, but it just needs a good cleaning. And two legs need to be fixed. There's a nice chair. It's a similar color scheme, red, gray, white, but more red on it than the other one. And it comes with a matching ottoman. That's in pretty nice shape. That's a nice piece. And let's see what else was in there. There's a garbage recliner. I mean, I just gotta throw that thing away. Let's see what else was in there. There was a whole china set, and then a Christmas china set. Glasses. There was some glasses, and let's see, a toaster oven. There was a microwave that was in pretty bad shape. We left that behind. I didn't take that. Let's see. Yeah, I mean, there's just a lot of odds and ends stuff. More candles and silverware, but yeah. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with it all. If I can't find a thrift store that wants to buy the whole lot, then I'm just gonna start selling the pieces off one at a time on Marketplace. The stuff I can sell, and the other stuff I'm just gonna throw in my burn pile. A two-door Maverick is coming. Is it going to be an SUV Maverick or a car Maverick? What are they going to use the name for? Oh boy, Christmas China. What's different about the Mark II Shadow over the regular TX16? I think it's actually a TS16X, isn't it? Not a TX16S. I could be wrong, but I thought that's the way it was. I could be wrong. Yeah, I bought Mike's radio back from him because he just gave up. He wouldn't. I think he's going to go back to Futaba. Well, I don't know. He was going to move to Arkansas, but that's off now. He's not going to Arkansas. Not right now. They're going to stay here. So they couldn't sell their house, and now they've got some new medical problems, and they want to stay here for the doctors here. So they're going to be sticking around. So. What does that say? Thrifopola? Thrifopola? Do you call them Utes in the USA? No, we don't. Are you talking about a El Camino or a Ranchero? Because that's what the Ute is in, Australia. I wish that, if Pontiac didn't go out of business in 09, we were getting the Ute in 2010. They were building them for the U.S. market. We would have gotten them. If the Pontiac hadn't gone under in 09, we would have got them here in 10. Yeah, well, the Maverick used to be a two-door, like a little bit bigger than a Mustang. That was my very first car, 1970 Maverick. And now they renamed. They got a small like pickup truck that they call a Maverick now. So I don't know what they're bringing back. I mean, they're using the Mustang on a SUV and a car, so maybe they're going to do that with the Maverick too. I don't know. I don't know what Ford's doing. I think all the car companies are losing their minds. You know, while everybody else is trying to come up with, you know, cars of the future, you know, electric cars, and of course that's not going to work, and they're all pretty much shit canning that idea. Um, you know, GM's making the fastest Corvette, the fastest production car that ever came out, quickest quarter mile time, fastest top end speed, fastest lap around the Nuremberg. It's just destroying all the records. This new Corvette they came out with. It's beating every record there is. I think it goes over 200 miles an hour. You know, it's just insane how fast this thing is. When Yugo went out of business, you cried. Oh, Michael, I'm sorry. God, you could probably pick one of them up at a thrift store. Look around. Yeah, that's the only hope they have is the hybrid. There's no way that electric vehicles are ever going to work. You know, if they'd have done it right, maybe, but they didn't do it right. So there's no hope for that. It's just the stupidest thing they ever came out with. I don't know what they were thinking. You know, it wouldn't have taken. It wouldn't even have taken an engineer to figure out that they all have to share the same kind of battery pack. You know, if you want this to work, and the same charging system. Not everybody have their own independent shit. So, yeah, just dumb, really, really dumb. All right, we're unboxing. I think, not sure, but I believe this is I bought some more ceramic coating, and from Avalon. I believe that's what's in here. We'll find out. I'm just guessing, but I think that's what's in here. Yep, that's what it is. So these kits were on sale again. I've used this stuff already, and I like it a lot. It works pretty damn good. Yeah, they had. I think these kits. This kit will do a full size car. You know, and of course anything smaller. And then 2 kits will do a big truck. Probably only need about a kit and a half to do a truck. So I had already bought 2 kits. I think the kits are normally like $89 a kit. I think. But they had them on sale. I think 2 kits for $99, and then they threw in the quick detailer for free. So it's a good sale. So this is a quick detailer, but it's a ceramic type. It's the same as the ceramic, probably a diluted version of it. And this just kind of, after you've ceramic coated it, you wipe this on to kind of give it a boost. And so good stuff. I've been using it now for a while, and I really like it. It works pretty good. I don't think I brought. Well, I have the tool out here. So I bought a rivet nut tool. I don't know if you guys know what that is. When you drill a hole into a piece of steel, usually steel, it doesn't have to be, but usually steel, and you want to put a nut, threaded hole in it, they make these rivet nuts, and you get the right size you want for the hole you drilled, and you stick it through, and it's got a shoulder on it that slides into the shoulder. And then you put this tool on it. You put these are replaceable. You take this off, and this slides out. And this is the mandrel for whatever thread you're running. Okay, so these are interchangeable. You put that in, and then you put this on. Then you thread your nut onto here. You slide it in the hole, and then you do this, and it crimps the nut to the steel. And now it's a permanent threaded hole into whatever you drill a hole into. And I got, and it's pretty, I mean, this is a hefty ass piece of steel here. This is a pretty hefty tool. I got the tool, a carrying case, and 16 different size mandrels, and then bags of nuts, 10 of each size. So it was like 189 pieces, this kit. And I want to say it was like $36. It was a really good deal. And I don't know if you guys watch Matt Armstrong on YouTube. He's the one who showed me this. I'd never seen this tool until he was putting these rivet nuts in all these cars he's fixing. Usually a Lamborghini or he hasn't worked on a lot of Ferraris, but usually the Lamborghinis, the Maseratis, Porsches. He has to put, usually one of these nuts has been torn out of the car that's wrecked, and he uses this tool to replace them, to put new rivet nuts in the car. So that's where I got this. So when I got my G8, the spoiler was missing, but he gave me a brand new carbon fiber spoiler, and it had these rivet nuts, one at each end, and one of them was ripped out. I don't know how that happened, but I had to put one in. So I ordered this rivet nut kit. I'm sure I'm going to need it on more than just this, but I initially ordered it just so I could put a rivet nut in the other end of the wing. So I did that last night. And then it's a black carbon fiber wing. And I had that blue cast, that shiny blue cast paint. And I put a couple of light coats over the wing just to test it, because I got to sand it out anyway. And it turned the carbon fiber to blue. It still showed up beautiful, and it was really reflective because of the candy apple, this blue coat. But it looks so cool in the blue, and it matches the color of the car. So once I'm sanding the whole spoiler now to get it smooth, because there were a lot of uneven. It's a pretty thick coat of gel coat on it. I'm guessing it's a clear gel coat. And it had a run in it in one spot, and it was some imperfections, where it was a divot in it, not too deep, but all that stuff's going to show up. So I'm wet sanding the whole thing smooth as a baby's ass, and then I'm gonna put a couple coats of that blue cast on it to get the right amount of blue, and then I'm gonna clear coat that. And then I'll probably do a final sanding on the new coat I put on it. And then probably one last wet coat of clear over that and let it dry. And then I'll put it on the car. So I was working on that today some. Add some rivet nuts to the vase. Yeah, I could probably, I could do that. Michael Berry, you might be onto something, because if I put the really small ones in the bottom of one of the vases, I could put little caster wheels on, just thread them in, and then I could, my vases could, just roll around. Not a bad idea. JCB, what's up? How you doing, man? Rickham Roy, what's up? How you doing? Who else is here? Who did I miss? Juno, what's going on? How you doing, man? 16 in here. It's good to see you guys. Thank you. I appreciate that. While you're here, don't forget to hit that like button, just for the fun of it. You know, like Jeff in Lower Alabama says, spike that like. I have to order one of those cups from him. Craig Beeman, what's going on? How you doing, man? Backtracking here a little bit. I missed a couple people. Let's see. I think I've got everybody. Mike Nolan, I was answering one of your questions, but I really didn't recognize you, to shout you out. So good to see you, man. Okay, I think I'm caught up. If I missed your name, raise your hand. uh, so let's see, what else is going on? Be honest with you guys, right now I've just been chasing Medicare. Not necessarily exactly Medicare, but my medical plan. I had to file a oh, what do they call it? Um, an appeal. I had to file an appeal on my medical insurance. I had to contact Social Security about my benefits, my disability benefits. I got to call my doctor to see if I can get. Well, I'm still waiting for the medical to approve my appeal, and then I was going to make an appointment to go see the doctor. No, I just have a regular checkup, just to get my meds reordered. No big deal. I'm fine. I'm doing fine. And let's see what else. Did some shopping online for the G8. I might work on it tonight just to fix it, but I ordered a replacement one. The armrest in the middle of the G8. Apparently, it's pretty common that if you open it and don't close it, and you like reach over or like this and hit it, you snap the legs, the hinges off the back of the lid. And that's the way mine is. It was broken when I got the car. I didn't realize that the hinges were still there. They were laying down in the little hinge pockets, flush, and I just thought they were gone. But then I found them, and I fitted them, and I could fix this. I mean, I can drill a hole and put one of these wooden dowel rods in it, and then down through the other part, and glue it back together, and let the Gorilla Glue swallow up the wood, and it'll be a perfect fix. So, and then the bottom of it's split too. So I mean, it's more. There's a couple of things broke about it, but I can fix it. But I found one on eBay pretty cheap, so I bought that's in perfect condition. I don't know that the pad is in perfect condition, but my pad is, and it's a 4-screw. I can take the pad off and switch it. So I thought, what the hell? I'll. Oh, I froze up? Really? Oh, didn't freeze up at my end because I'm watching myself. Yep, Gorilla to the rescue. So I was going to do that, and I still will. I'm going to fix it just for the fun of fixing it. But there's a piece missing anyway that it'd work okay without that piece. But I've got a perfect one coming. And then my radio, there's a faceplate on my radio. It's a 6-disc CD changer radio, and it's got this faceplate that's and not only the radio but the air conditioning controls as well. And it just snaps on. There's no screws holding it on. Just 4 snaps. So if you want to take it off, you just grab it underneath the dash right there, and just pull, and it pops right off. And mine, the screen is so screwed up. I don't know what they did to this screen. It's not even smooth. I mean, it's gravelly feeling, like, like it melted or something. I don't know what happened to it. So I don't think I could wet sand and buff that for months, and I don't think I'd ever get it right. So I found a radio. I don't need the whole radio, I just need the faceplate. But the one I found that had a nice, looks like it has a perfect screen. I had to buy the radio too. So I bought the armrest and the radio. And that's there's only one last thing to fix is the headlights. I realized I forgot about it, but I saw it tonight. The one headlight's got a leak because there's all this condensation inside the light, and both headlights have, the outer skin of the plastic is delaminating. That's just a wet sand and buff until you can get it back 100%. And that's what I was going to do, but I forgot that the one was leaking. So when I saw it tonight when I got home, I was like, oh yeah, I forgot. That damn thing's leaking. All right. So I'm going to buy one more thing. I'm going to have to buy a set of headlights. Yeah, tonight you got to spring ahead, guys. Don't forget to set your clocks ahead 1 hour. For those of you that still play that stupid daylight savings time bullshit. The rest of you are fine. They stopped doing it for you guys. I know Wild Bill doesn't have to change his clock. I just wish they would do away with it. I just don't see they just need to, when we change the clocks this time, just leave them where they are. That'd be perfect. We just need to leave them where they are. It's just stupid. So, all right, so what else can I tell you about that's going on at this end over here? I haven't worked on any airplanes this week. I had gotten a king-size bed from a friend of mine, and it was in the camper. And I had to get it out of the camper and put it upstairs to get it out of the camper, get it out of the way so I could go get that condo emptied out. So I cleaned upstairs, a big area up there to put that king-size bed. So I put that upstairs, and now I've got a queen-size bed in the camper along with all that furniture. We'll see what happens with that. Let's see what else. I could possibly go flying tomorrow, depending on the weather and how much I want to work on my spoiler for my G8 and spray paint. I got to finish the fuselage on the Carbon ZT-28, clear it. I got to clear the Husky, just the fuselage. Everything else is done on those two. I have to clear coat the fuselage and the top of the main wing of my PBY, and it'll be done. So I could do those tomorrow pretty quickly, and then finish assembling them and have all those airplanes done and ready to go. So if I don't go flying, I'm going to do that. Get them done, because while the paint's drying, I can be working on sanding the spoiler and painting it. I don't have, the only thing I have with that blue paint on it, I think, is the one TARDIS. So if you look, it'd be hard to tell. All right, but if you look at the TARDIS up here, above the Chrysler, okay, it's I got to tilt the camera up. You can't see it. So the TARDIS is down here next to the, I think that's a KC-130 tanker plane. That one is clear coated with that blue that I'm talking about. And that's the right color blue. The other one's darker, but that's because that was really dark filament. And it came out that dark. It's the same color as, you see the red shoe? Okay, you see the blue base behind the red shoe. Okay, that's the dark filament I got. Now, God, that's a beautiful translucent filament. It's a PET G, and it's a fabulous color. So that's what that and the TARDIS up there are, that you can't see right now, are from that roll. The one down here that you can see, the TARDIS, was printed with this color blue, this light blue. And okay, so I printed it with this color, and then I sprayed a few coats of that cast, to get it to this darker blue, which is still lighter than the dark blue. It's close, but it's darker than it's not as dark as the vase. The vase is darker. Okay, there's a vase over here that's the same color as this right here. This vase over here next to the helmet, well, below the helmet. So I printed the second TARDIS with this, and then I sprayed it. I just wanted to see how that paint would react to it, and that came out. I actually like that one better than the one up there. This one you can see through the color better. You can see the detail of the print, and it actually looks like carbon fiber when you look at it. The way that the top was printed, it looks like carbon fiber. It looks really cool. So anyway, that's the paint I'm going to use to. That's the paint I need to finish my Captain America shield, which is still under there, and then to finish my spoiler. So I'm going to put my spoiler's not going to be black. My carbon fiber spoiler's not going to be black carbon fiber. It's going to be blue carbon fiber. It really came out beautiful. I did a test spray on it because I did it on an area where the run was, because I knew I had to sand all that off anyway to smooth out that run. So I just did a test thing. And, oh my God, was that beautiful. That really came out beautiful. So yeah, I'm looking forward to spraying it and then getting on the car. So I had that beautiful blue spoiler on my blue car. So you want me to leave the room for what? What did Michael say? Oh my God. I don't go every night. I was at the church for 3 hours tonight and didn't have to go to the bathroom. That's the first I've had of that in a long time. I couldn't believe it. I didn't have to use the bathroom at all tonight. Yeah, so I came home and I thought, well, you know what? I'm going to just see if I can't pee at least before I come out to do my show. So I did that. And so maybe I won't have to go at all tonight. I don't know. We'll see. Don't have to go right now, that's for sure. We're off topic. Which topic were we on at the moment we got off topic? Painting my spoiler, I guess. I don't know. There just isn't much going on in RC right now, guys, to talk about. No, I didn't even do a number one tonight. Yeah. At church, which is unusual. It was really weird. I was like, I got to go get another. And I drank 3 glasses of tea. And I thought, I haven't had pee tonight. What's going on? Maybe my prostate's really getting better. You know, I don't know. But yeah, I was kind of surprised. And then I got home and I didn't have to urgently go to the bathroom. I just kind of forced myself so that maybe I could get away with not having to come out here and pee tonight at all. So yeah, yeah, you came in late. Um, I got a carbon fiber spoiler that came with my car when I bought the G8. The G8 T-shirt. For you guys who didn't see it, that came today. Got my G8 T-shirt today. Got two of them actually, a black one and a blue one. And then I got two more kits of ceramic coating for the cars. And a quick detail: if you buy the two kits on sale for $99, they're normally, I think, 79 or 89, I think, each. But they're running a special, so you get two for $99 and a free bottle of Avalon ceramic coating quick detail. So I bought that, and they came today. So I got the shirts today and the thing today. And then yeah, the carbon fiber. I got a carbon fiber spoiler for the back, and then I've got a chin spoiler for the front. I don't know if I'm going to put the chin spoiler on or not. The problem with these cars, and mine isn't that way, but people are, going over curbs or the first thing they do is lower the car, right? And then they go over a dip, like where the road meets the driveway and there's a dip there or whatever. The bumper cover hits the ground and cracks. So all these guys have cracked bumper covers. And I don't believe my car's lowered, and I'm not having that problem. I might have scuffed it once, I think, but it's never really, had a hard impact, like I rolled off a curb and bam. And yeah, so mine's fine. It's not cracked. But I'm afraid if I put that spoiler on it, the carbon fiber spoiler on it, it's a chin spoiler. I think that'll hit the ground probably, and then it probably will crack. So I'm not sure I want to put that on. We're gonna have to give that some thought. Yeah, give it time. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna do. We'll see. I might do it, but I'm not in a hurry to do it. But I do want to get the one on the trunk with it. The car just looks so much better with the, and even the 3D printed one has the spoiler on it right here. So I definitely want I would definitely want to put it on it. I guess I really couldn't disagree with you, Michael. I think Motion's probably. I know they were promoting some boats, and then they came out with that new Mustang, which I don't think is a good deal at all. But everybody, to each his own. I would buy the 1700 Mustang from FMS before I'd ever buy that 1600 one from Motion. That's almost $700. You can still get the 1700 one in the $500 range from from FMS, and it's a way better Mustang. So, but that's just my opinion. I wouldn't spend that kind of money on the one Motion came out with. Now, I've got two of the. If they're the free wing, they're not. They were before Flightline was a company. I have two free wing Old Crow Mustangs from Motion, and they're pretty nice. they're pretty decent. But they were pretty cheap too. They weren't. I think they were 369 or something when I bought them. So yeah, so I have two of those. Yeah, I know. That's this part of the reason I don't shop there anymore. Yeah, I agree, Craig. I'm not fucking with the suspension on mine. What color is it, Michael? Your 172. Your neighbor 172. Yeah, it's trendy here. You know, back when I was in my 20s, um, lowering a vehicle was a big deal, and lowering the front more than the back to get that rake was a big deal, especially on trucks. Um, a Chevy Silverado lowered with the front slightly lower than the back, they have that downhill kind of rake to it, was absolutely beautiful. God, what that truck just looked awesome. You know, put some 20s on it, and it was just beautiful. And and then the big deal, which is still going on, is to jack up the front of the truck and have the back down so that you're dragging ass. You know, that's the stupidest look I've ever seen than on any vehicle, and that became a big thing. And I have no idea. Your headlights are pointed up in the trees. You know, you can't see over the damn front of the car because you're reclined back like this, and you're trying to look up over. I don't know. I don't get it. That's the stupidest looking way to do something to a vehicle I've ever seen in my life. But that's pretty. It's still going on right now. Some people are still dragging around, dragging their ass on the ground, and I just hate that look. Um, some natural rusting is the only mod. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think the lowering thing is coming back. You know, the get that right stance. There's several guys that are putting airbags on their cars. That they put like 20s, 22s on the car, and put airbags on, and they can literally drop the frame on the ground if they want, and then just pump it up a little bit if they want to keep that low cruise, and then they can pump it way up if they're going over speed bumps or driveways or whatever. If they remember to do that before they drive over the speed bump or the driveway, and yeah, so I think that's still going on. Great Scott! Hey, how you doing, man? Good to see you. Got a lot of people here tonight. Good to see you guys. Thank you for coming. Yeah, a lot of the cars, I know some of the Lamborghinis have that. You know, the BMW was big on that. You could press a button and the car would lift up. And then I know on my friend's, he had a AMG, um, and he would, if he pumped it up to go over speed bumps, after the car reached, I don't know, 20 or 30 miles an hour, I forget what it was, it automatically lowered it back down. You didn't have to manually do it. It would automatically do it after you got going that fast. So it was pretty cool. I kind of I understood that one a lot, and I liked that option. That was a good option. Yeah, your P1 has, well, you don't have a P1. I keep forgetting. It's like a P1, whatever you call that thing. Aris, something. Yeah, yeah. So that's probably got that front lift. Um, and that's, I mean, it's a great idea. You know, I mean, to keep you from tearing up the front of the car. What the hell? Um, oh yeah, yeah. The cars are designed to be ride at a certain height, and when you screw with the height, the ride height, you throw off all the camber caster angles completely, and then you need a total realignment. And then depending on what you did, it can even make it harder to keep the alignment. You know, because the wheels they're gonna be doing this kind of crap as they go up and down. They're gonna be doing this depending on what you're driving, and so yeah, it's just it's hell on tires. So yeah, that's the easiest thing to do. Yeah, reversing over them. Like pulling into those. Everybody. They don't understand that concrete thing on the road in a parking spot. That's not a tire chalk. You're not supposed to pull your car up to that till your tires hit it. All right, because your bumper won't clear it. A lot of cars, the bumper won't clear it. It's not there for you to pull up to. It's there to keep you from driving through the window that's on the other side of it in case you can't find the brake pedal. Okay? That's a safety to keep you out of the window, not a tire chalk. Okay? So you don't back up to that thing until your tire hits that concrete block. Because if you do, especially if one of the steel rods is sticking up out of the top of it, you're going to just rip your bumper cover off when you back off of it. So, yeah, that's not what it's there for. It's just there as a safety to keep you from driving through the windows that are on the other side of it. And but I see it every day. People, they drive all the way until their tires hit it. And if you're driving a truck, you're probably going to get away with it, no problem. But especially sports cars, low-riding sports cars, and there's no way you've got the clearance to get over that stupid concrete, stop. So you got to stop pulling all the way up to it. Exactly. Yeah, F1 cars are super unstable. The faster they go, the more they're glued to the track. It's all aero. The aero package on those cars, I mean, literally, I don't remember what exact mile an hour it is, but it has more downforce than it needs. You know, if it was that much lift, it would the car would fly. But there's so much downforce on the car gluing it to the road that it could actually stay upside down. If it was on a road upside down, it would still be sucked to the road. Gravity wouldn't overtake it and make it fall off the road. It would stay stuck to the road. There's that much downforce on it. So, uh, are they racing right now? Um, I think I caught a glimpse of practice earlier when I was working on some other stuff earlier today. God, might be a good early night tonight. I'm getting really fucking tired. Jesus, I'm gonna fall asleep right here in the chair. I don't know what's going on. All of a sudden, this just hit me like a ton of bricks. Man, I'm tired. Holy shit. I might go get some chocolate to keep me awake. uh, Pre-show right now, yeah. What time is it there? Let's see. Yeah, yeah, Michael Bear, you're right. Dominoes wear you out. That's just all that, you know. Yeah, yeah. The Dominoes definitely wore my ass out. It's 2:15 p.m. Oh no shit! Wow, Sunday. Yeah, yeah. That's cool. So, Michael, you said you had to go get some cheese. What was the cheese for? Your dog? You feeding your dog cheese? Hmm. Yeah. Like, I don't know about your dog, but my dog likes everything. He's, I mean, I've gotten him. He's so trusting of what I'm getting him as food wise that when he needs to take his medicine, like a pill, all I gotta do is put it in my salad bowl and then take it out of my salad bowl with my fork, and he'll eat it right off the fork. He just thinks I'm feeding him a piece of chicken or a crouton or something, and he just eats it. He doesn't even think about it. He just takes it, it's gone. So that's how I get him to take his medicine. Yeah, exactly, Craig. It's exactly what happens when you're our age. No, I'm relaxed now. My brain's not thinking right now. I mean, all day today I've been doing web searches and shit for all kinds of stuff. Um, Getting my medical stuff sent over to my attorney and yesterday and today, and my healthcare stuff, and it's just been so, and then today I've been cooking ribs since 2:30 for the church tonight. The church started at 6. So from 2:30 to 6 I was cooking. From 6 to 9 I was playing dominoes and eating. And now I'm in here and I'm relaxing and my brain's going night night. My brain's just shutting down. not that it was fully engaged anyway. But that's a whole nother story. Oh God. Yeah. I'm a pretty good cook, guys. I went to chef school and I'm a very good cook. So the people at the church just can't get over the ribs. They said it's the best ribs they've ever had. My brother said the same thing after I cooked them for him last year. I was going on 2 years ago. And he wants me to go up to Atlanta. They have a big rib fest up there every year, and he wants me to go up there and compete in it. He thinks I could win it. He says, I've had the ribs up there. He says, yeah, you could definitely win. So I might take him up on that this year. Now that I got the G8, there's a big get together for the Holden cars every year, right in Indianapolis, right where my brother lives. I mean, it's probably not 15 minutes from where my brother lives. There's a guy up there, and I believe his name's Trevor, and he got connections years and years ago to import these cars from Australia. He's got a connection. So if you want to get a ute or a wagon that never came to the U.S., he's got a connection to get it here. And every year he holds this big event at his house. It's got, I think it's a 10-acre, and he says he gets 600 Australian cars. Whether it be the police pursuit vehicle, or the G8, or the Chevy SS, or people rebadge them as the Commodore, or if you get a ute brought over, and he has one himself, and then he got one for Freddie that has his own channel on YouTube, Traverse or Travars. That's where his shop is. It's in a city up north of here, about an hour from me, called Traverse, and that he named his show after where his show is, where his garage is, that he rents. His name is Freddie Hernandez, I think. Pretty sure that's it. but he goes by that Tavares or Tavares, whatever. And so he got one. He got, he got Trevor to get him a purple, which is very hard to get, Ute, and they shipped it over in a shipping container. And they delivered it to his house, and Freddie went over there to get it. Now, he's up in Indiana, so Freddie went up there and they unloaded the car and they fixed a few things and changed some wheels and tires, and he drove it home from. And then, the next year he gave it away at a benefit for a child with some kind of problem, disease or something. And so they had a fundraiser to win the car, and Freddie donated the car to people to try to win it, and the proceeds went to the kid. So they got it all fixed up and painted. There was one fender that needed to be replaced. They put a red fender on it temporarily, and he had it painted to fix. So after they had the car all fixed mechanically, he took it to a body shop and they painted the paint, matched it perfect. And so the car was 100%. It was right-hand drive, which was interesting. And the one that Travis owns is right-hand drive. So they gave it. Freddie gave his away, but Travis still has his. And then he's got. I think he has two SSs, the Chevy SS, same car. And I think he's got one or two Pontiac G8s. Probably a GXP G8. But like I said, once a year he has this big thing up there. And I'm probably going to try to go to it, depending on when it is. I think they haven't announced the date this year, but I think it's usually around July, I think. Or maybe a little later. Maybe September, October. I'm not sure. So I'm going to try to make that this year. I think it'd be cool. I want to meet the guy. He's a super cool guy. So, and what he does for a living now, he's had several jobs and he's pretty rich, so he doesn't need to work, but he's got his own company. And the vanity license plates that you buy, I like, if you got a DeLorean, you get the plate that says out of time, and what he makes all those plates. Any kind of license plate that you can buy, he makes them. He makes them for everybody. And I guess it's a huge business for him. And so yeah, he's the guy that makes all the license plates. And I'll probably end up buying a license plate from him for the car. I don't know what I'm going to put on it though. It won't be it's a vanity plate that's not road legal. I took my XXL Vet plate off of the Impala and put it on the G8 for now. I will probably, once I put the Impala, get it painted and everything, and put it back on the road, I'll probably put this plate back on the Impala and then get another XXL Vet plate for this, but I'll probably spell it XXL underscore or hyphen. I think it's a hyphen. Yeah, XXL hyphen VETT instead of the TE. Right now it's VETE. So the second plate will probably be VETT. And then I'll have, XL Vet 1 and 2. But this, since the plate that I put on here was originally on the Impala, I'll probably put it back on the Impala and get a new plate for this. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I bought a from Jegs. For my Daytona, because the Daytona is yellow and white, and I'm sorry, yellow and black, and the plate from Jegs is black and yellow, and it's got my car has a black license plate frame on the front of it, and I could take it off, but then you got two holes in the bumper cover, so I left it on. So it's a black frame, and I'm going to put a black license plate that has yellow letters on it that say Jegs, because my nitrous kit I bought from Jegs, my creeper and my roll around stool were from Jegs, and a lot of the other stuff I bought, I bought a bunch of stuff from Jegs. So I'm gonna, the plan was to put that on that car, that license plate. So I probably will do that. I just haven't got around to it yet. Have more important things than putting a license plate on it. Yeah, I can't get the O2 sensor out of the left upstream O2 sensor won't come out. So I'm gonna have to take that manifold off. And I'm not looking forward to that. But to be honest, it's probably going to be easier to take the manifold off than trying to get that. I've been working on that O2 sensor for 3 days, and I just cannot. I've tried torching it, penetrating oils. I went and got the socket, the special O2 socket. I tried using a crow's foot, every kind of wrench. It's just in a bad spot where you really can't get anything on it with the shit. And I don't know if they must have had, the Hulk put the damn thing in, because it's in way too tight. There's no reason to put an O2 sensor in that tight. So I don't know, but I can't get it out. So I'm gonna have to take the manifold off. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna bust the manifold. I seriously doubt it. I haven't broke one yet. Um, but yeah, I just don't see any. I can't get it out. The other side was pretty easy to get at, even though you still didn't have a lot of swinging room uh, over there. You can at least get at it. It's right at the beginning of the torque or the catalytic converter. So it's at the very bottom of the pipe. On the driver's side, it's way up the pipe, and it's right in line with the shock strut. The Mark McPherson strut tower. So you can't you can get a socket on it, but you can't get a ratchet on it because it's right against the shock tower. So you just can't get in there. And I've tried pry bars and big pipes and everything I can do, and all I'm doing is stripping the head of the head of this O2 sensor now, because I just cannot get it to break loose. I got the other side broke loose. I already put the new one in. I cannot get the driver's side loose, and the driver's side's the bad one. I bet you they'd already been replaced once. Probably all four of them. And three of them. They probably, when they did the first ones, they probably couldn't get it out, and they just said, "Oh, fuck it, we'll just skip it." Well, now I'm getting a O2 sensor light, a check engine light. So yeah, I got to get it off. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. So I don't know if I'm gonna stay home, work on painting the spoiler, the airplanes, and work on getting the O2 sensor or the manifold down. That's a pretty full day, and I really need to do that. So probably going to work on all that tomorrow instead of going and flying. It's just because I already registered the Daytona for a car show next weekend, and I could take the Pontiac, but it'd be in the same class. But I would rather take the Daytona. Did you guys? I don't know if you guys knew this or not. I didn't know. I just figured it out. The hood is very heavy on that car, but it's plastic. It's not. It's not a metal hood. I couldn't believe it. It's. Well, you know what? I take that back. It could be aluminum. It's not steel because the magnet won't stick to it. And when you pound on it with something lightly or tapping on it, it sounds plastic. It doesn't sound metal. So I don't know. I mean, it feels really substantial, heavy. It's not. It's not cheap plastic if it's plastic, but pretty sure it's plastic. Um, but it's very heavy. So I bought this new flashlight that articulates the head. It's a wand. It's one of those wand flashlights. So there's a beam that comes out the very top if you want it there, and then there's a light strip, and then you can magnetize this thing, the base, to anything, and then bend the light strip up, whatever degree you need to bend it to, and then rotate it and get it pointed where you want it. And it was on sale at Harbor Freight for, I don't know, I think it was $12, 13. I think it's normally $19.99, and so I bought it, and been using it trying to get that O2 sensor out. It definitely helped, get light where I wanted it. So, but I still can't get that O2 sensor out. So, yeah, I'm not looking forward to pulling that manifold off. It's just, I don't know. Everybody that I watched some YouTube videos, and they seem to think it's pretty easy to do from the top, let alone doing it from the bottom. They're just reaching over the valve cover, and you put a short socket with a short extension on it to get the ratchet just out past the manifold, and they say they come right out. All the bolts came right out. So I hope that's still true, because I would love to not have to fight with it to get it out. That'd be wonderful if I could just use my impact screwdriver. Well, I can't use it on that. But a ratchet, just a ratchet and a short extension, a socket. I should be able to get there. They're 10 millimeter bolts. They're not real big. So yeah, you got to think if they're using a 10 millimeter bolt, how much torque did they put on those bolts to torque them down to spec? So I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, all I got to do is take the manifold off. I don't have to take the head off, so that shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. Yeah, see, I disconnected the exhaust manifold or the back pipes off the manifolds, and they come right off. That was easy. And now I can actually send the torch right up inside the inside of the exhaust manifold and heat that right next to the O2 sensor straight on in. I mean, I was getting it cherry hot, but I just can't get it to break loose. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's cross-threaded or I have no idea. So we're just going to pull the manifold and get it off, and then we'll get the O2 out. Probably have to chase the threads. I don't know. We'll see. And then, yeah, we should be good. Yeah, I don't know why they're... I don't know why they're on so damn tight. Yeah, usually you have to heat the manifold bolts, And I was the garage I was working at. I walked over there and the guy snapped one off. One of the manifold bolts. And I said, "Dude, you got to heat it first." So I showed him. I heated it up really good, sprayed some penetrating oil on it, and then you can't just wrench it off either. You break it loose, then you retighten it a little bit, and then you break it loose a little farther, and you keep going back and forth. And you just got to keep working it back and forth to break up that rust and corrosion. And eventually, once you can get one full circle around, it usually starts coming right out. So I did it. I showed him it worked, So what does he do? He goes right back to just wrenching on it and broke the next one off. Okay, now you got 2 holes you got to drill out. So not have good luck with that. A little patience, doing it my way, and you don't have to drill and tap a hole. But okay, whatever. Do it your way. You're the mechanic. You fix it. So, uh, oh, is that right? I never heard that trick before, Roy. Use a crayon. Yeah, never ever heard that one. Are you guys watching it on TV? Is it being broadcasted, or are you watching a YouTube channel that's just giving you the updates because they're not allowed to televise it? I don't know. Just curious. Oh, they're broadcasting it. Okay, well that's cool. I don't know if it's on here or not. Um, Probably not on network TV, but it might be on YouTube. Let's see, what other updates have I got for you guys? Anything? No, really can't think of anything. So now you guys know of any deals going on anything RC, do you? Nothing we want to go take a look at. I don't think I told you guys this. I might have said it in the Zoom the other night. So I'm at the car show Tuesday, and it's not a judge show. It's just to get hang out every Tuesday between 2 o'clock and 5 o'clock at the Winn-Dixie parking lot. So I took the G8 because the Pontiac's still on the lift, or not the Pontiac, the Daytona's still on the lift because I can't get the O2 out. So I took the Pontiac, and I'm sitting there, and this guy walks up, and he knows what it is. He used to have a GTO, and he starts talking to me about the car and stuff, and he says, would you be interested in any signage? And I kind of looked at him funny. I said, "What do you mean? What do you got?" And he says, "Well, I got a bunch of signs." You got them here? And he goes, "Yeah." And come on, I'll show you. So he walks me over to his car, and he's driving an Oldsmobile. He sold his GTO. He actually sold it to his kid. His kid wrecked it 3 times, and he told him if you ever wreck it again, it's done. It's gone because I'm not fixing it again. And so he wrecked it again, and Dad got rid of it. So he had all these signs, an old original from the 50s round parts sign. Service, Pontiac service with the red Indian head in the middle. And Pontiac, no parking, or Pontiac GTO parking only. And all these metal signs. And he gave them to me. He just gave them to me. He says, I don't have any use for these anymore. If you want them, you can have them. And I'm like, oh my God, well, thank you. And so I brought all these signs home. They're going to look great out here in the garage. They're going to be very cool. So I was on Thingiverse. I forgot what I was looking for. Oh, I know what I was looking for. I wanted to see if the armrest that I'm going to fix, and I already bought a replacement one anyway. I wanted to see if anybody had made a 3D file, to print it, since it's a pretty common problem. And I found several glove boxes that were exactly, just the same kind of plastic hook thing. Toyota used it on a truck, and I think Nissan used it on a car, and but it's not exactly the same, but it's the same exact, geometry of it. I mean, they all work the same. And so I thought, well, what the hell? Let me go look and see if I can find one for the G8, because I could print the parts I need, and just throw them in the car. So while I was looking, I came across an old 50s round Pontiac parts sign, and it looks just like the service sign. It's got Pontiac and service. This one's got Pontiac and parts. The red Indian head, the white face with the red Indian head in the face, and then a blue frame, around it, and it'll light up if you put lights in it, like strip lights around the, it's because it's probably about 2 to 3 inches thick, and the back comes off, and so you would lay lights inside that so it will light the sign up behind the white face so that it looks like it's illuminated from behind, because it is. So I'm probably I already downloaded the file, so I'm probably going to print that, because I think that's going to be cool as shit to have that out there with all the rest of the signs, and that one will light up. And I might even I've been seriously considering buying some neon, original neon lights, but they're usually pretty expensive. So, but I've been looking, and it's free to look. So, But yeah, so I got all those signs, and now and I already downloaded the file, and yeah, so I'm gonna try to print it and see how it comes out. I'm gonna make it as big as that printer. I have to, if I want to do the 3 colors, I have to do it in the cubic, the Anycubic Cobra S1. So I'll slice the file in the Anycubic software and set it up for the 4 different colors. So there'll be white, black, red, and blue. And I'll load the 4 colors in the ACE and print it and see how it comes out. I think it's going to be pretty cool. So I'm looking forward to trying that. I wish I could print it in the 300 size one, be bigger, but yeah, I can't do that. And Snapmaker that made that 4 tool head change I showed you guys a couple weeks ago. They're on sale right now for $8.99. Or I don't think it's exactly the new lower price, but maybe. But they're talking like they're treating it that it's a that it's on sale for that price, and that you can win tickets to win. What are they giving away this time? I think it was a guy that lives here in Florida. Um, yeah, I thought so too, Roy. Yeah, I was really blown away that. You know what? I need to get up and walk him around. I'm gonna go get him out of the car and show you. And that'll just give me an excuse to go walk out to the car and wake the fuck up because I'm falling asleep. I'm having a hard time keeping my thoughts together. So let me go walk around for a minute. I'll be right back. I'll go get the signs. That way, they'll give me a reason to stay awake. I'm really struggling here. Uh, uh. Now, one of these might be plastic, but I'm pretty sure they're all metal. But there might be one that's plastic. I'll tell you in a second here. I'm going to save the best for last. Okay. So we'll start with this one. All right. This is metal. And it's got an actual GM sticker on the back of it. You know, so, you know, genuine GM, you know, and it's got a patina looking to it, like it's, you know, an old rusty sign kind of thing. It's not. I mean, it's pretty much new. But so that was the first one. You know, and I've never seen this sign before. This is with this green on it and the patina rust up at the top. You know, I've never seen a sign like this before. What made you think of Randy, Roy? Is this an anniversary for him or something that we all forgot about? All right, so here's a GTO sign. This is metal also, and it's also genuine GM. It's got a GM label on the back of it. It's got a price tag on it of $19.99. Okay. Now, I don't have a GTO, but it's a stamped metal sign, and it's got a steel rod to reinforce it straight through the middle of it in the back here. It's tack welded here and here and right in here. You know, it's just to keep it straight. So that's sign number 2. Yeah, I don't think I've seen that logo before, but not. Now this is a sign I've never seen before. This is also a genuine GM. So it's a Pontiac V8 sign. You know, and it's metal. You know, it's stamped metal. So it's 3-dimensional. This is raised up. The Indian head's raised out. The white's raised back, and then the lettering is raised out. So it's you know, it's not just painted. It's actually stamped. You know, the V and the 8 are also raised out. So that's a pretty cool sign. Oh, is that right, Roy? So his name came up in your spell check. Okay, this is the one I thought might be plastic, but no, it's metal. This one's got some, you know, kind of some damage on it. Not too bad, but it's oil canning. You probably won't see it on camera. It'll probably look fine. But yeah, this is a GTO parking only. So all I got to do is cover up the O in GTO, because my Pontiac is a G8 GT. So if I cover up the O, Pontiac GT parking only. Well, mine's a GT, so that counts. And you know, so I thought I might do that. I might just do it that way. I don't know. But yeah, this one's actually got some. This might be actually some mold on it. it needs a little straightening, you know, to make it a little nicer. But on camera it looks good. You can't see the, you know, it's actually stretched. So it's gonna need some serious, you know, body work. Now this one is flat. Nothing's raised. The letters aren't raised. Well, ever so slightly, possibly, but they're not stamped through the back. The back is smooth. Well, where the wrinkles are, but it's just a smooth back. It's not stamped. So, but that's a nice sign too. And then the best sign of them all is this one. So this one's pretty cool. So it's too big for the camera. Yeah, you can't see the whole sign. But yeah, I really like this one. Well, I could do that, Roy, but then the GTO guys are going to say, "Hey, that's supposed to be a GTO sign. You know, we want to park here," which I would let them anyway. But you know, but if I just cover it up, you know, like just make a white, you know, sticker to put it over the O, so you get, and it doesn't, and make it look like so you can't tell that I covered it up. Then it's just a GT, and then we all get to park without any discussion of, you know, who the sign was originally made for. Anyway, not a big deal. Just having some fun. But yeah, I thought that was really cool. That guy gave me these signs, and that was awesome. I really like them. Yeah, I'm sure that GTO parking sign is, you know, for the original GTO in the, you know, 60s, not the 2000. What year was that? 2001 that the GTO came out. The new GTO. I mean, it could be. I don't know. I guess they could have, you know. All others will be towed and crushed. Yeah, so I'll have to get a dolly out. Might have to heat this to get it straightened. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have to get too crazy with it. It looks fine. Mike Bird, you were born in 72? Yeah. You're a youngin'. Yeah. Pretty sure. You know, Greg and I think, were born the same year. I was born in 1960. I think Greg was too. I don't know. Craig, what year were you born? Yeah, well, do the math. He says 12 years. Yeah, I'm pretty sure him and we're only months apart from each other. So anyway, there's a 3D sign I can print. Uh, it won't be quite, because the 3D printer I want to use is my 4 spool machine, so I can print all 4 colors. So that's only 256 by 256. So that's all the bigger I can make it. I don't know. Boy, I wonder if that would work. I haven't tried that. I wonder if I built the whole sign in one piece, 300 inches or 300 millimeters and then cut it into 4s, if it would still print all 3 colors correctly, and then I could glue it back together. Because then it would be about this size. Because this is about 300. This is about the size of my, or no, this is 600. This is the same size as my shield. You know, my Captain America shield. So if I cut it into 4s, it won't be 300. I think I can get. It would be 500, not 600. This I think this is 600. It would be about 500, which is pretty close, and it'll light up. You know, which is going to be really cool. Yeah, I thought you and I knew you and I were born the same year. Yep. So yeah. So anyway, I'm going to print that sign. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow too. I don't know. You know, because once you start the print, you just walk away. And being a 4-color print, there's going to be so much waste. It's probably going to take a day and a half, 2 days to print, my guess. I actually might try to cut it in 4s and to see if I can't make a 500 centimeter or millimeter sign. That, you know, diameter. That might be pretty cool, just to see if it'll work. You know, and I'll know right away once I print the first, you know, quarter. You know, I'll know if it's going to work or not. I don't know how. You know, each quarter could get a slight twist in it. My shield did, so it didn't line up, you know, perfectly, but way close enough. It just took a tiny bit of filler to, you know, smooth that out. So it won't be that hard to get that to work. Yeah, it's pretty tempting to try that. I think I just might. I'll probably slice it and blow it up that big and then see if I'm going to run out of any of the colors I need. Because I've got a roll of red here that's almost full. I got a white roll over here somewhere that's almost full. I know I've got a brand new black roll, so I know I have a black roll full. And then the blue, which there's not a lot of blue on the sign, so I don't need a lot of blue. Trying to remember if I have any blue PLA. I don't think I do, come to think of it. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm trying to think if I printed anything in PLA in blue. This is all Pet G, this stuff. This is Pet G. You know, and this color looks great here, but, you know, the filament when it comes out is what this looks like. You know, it gets light, you know, when it's see-through. And but this is what it looks like on the spool, which looks cool as shit. But yeah, this is printed with this stuff. I know I don't have red and white and Pet G. There's the white roll, and there's I don't know if that's the black roll. What roll is that? That might be the silver. Been looking for my silver, I can't find it. No, I think that's the Pet G gray. What's this say? Yeah, this is Pet G gray. Yeah, so that's not going to work. I know this isn't the silver. This is some other. It's another gray. Yeah, so there's light gray and dark gray here. Yeah, I don't know what happened to my silver roll. Can't find it. I know I used a lot of it because I printed that Millennium Falcon that's over there in silver, and that took a lot of. I had a misprint on it, which I have that piece. That's right here. This is the silver filament I'm looking for right here. I started printing the Millennium Falcon and it failed. And then I printed it again and it came out beautiful. And this is beautiful up until where it failed. This is so I just don't know where the hell I don't know where the hell that roll went. I gotta do a little more cleaning up, but I don't know. I'm thinking I put it away somewhere, and I don't know where I put it. So I'll have to find it. I don't know where it is. I'll have to find it. I've completely lost my perception of where I might have put that. So. I think I got a whole nother box of gold. So I got 4 brand new rolls of gold. I got 4 brand new gold rolls of black in the PLA. And then I bought a 4-color pack of TPU. That's the squishy stuff, so I could make a basketball. When it's done, it bounces like a ball that holds air. It's completely, it's open air. It's it's not a solid print. You can see through the ball. It's all webbing in it, and but it bounces like a ball full of air. I was thinking about printing some kind of a, like a stuffed animal. It won't be stuffed, but it'll be printed, so it'll be squishy. When out of the TPU filament. So I don't know. We'll see. Haven't figured that one out yet. No, I haven't printed a propeller yet. I know. I'm trying to wake up, Wigs. You know, good to see you, man. I'm really falling asleep here. I may have to just quit this. But I'm gonna go look for a propeller while we're brought it up and see if let's see if Thingiverse has a propeller. It'd be nice to just to print a wall hanger. You know, if I could print a cool looking wall hanger propeller that would look like one off of an airplane to put on the wall, that'd be cool as shit. You know, and I bet somebody did print one of those. Okay, Thingiverse. Back over to Thingiverse. Propeller. Well, I don't know what happened there. All right. Oh, okay. Tax acts. Yeah. Add. Okay. All right. So I've got fan blades for looks like a watch. Got a fan here. It looks like it's for an alternator. Let's see. There's some propeller toys. There's a boat propeller. Actually, it looks like all the propellers they're printing are, you know, model, you know, radio control or droid, you know, drone propellers. I'm not seeing anything. Well, actually, I know you guys wanted me to print "Starting to Rain." I know you guys want me to print RCant propellers, but I wouldn't trust one of these to fly my airplane. How did I get on page 3? Well, let's see. Yeah, I'm just not seeing. I'd really like to print a wall hanger. Yeah, they have those zip toys. You can get one of those. Yeah, this is all. Let me try something here. All right, Mike Bird. Have a good night. Give me some resin. Your resin's always welcome here, Wiggs. Res away. Can you hear the rain? Oh. Oh, it's starting to rain good now. Let's see what the weather's looking like. Okay, don't like that. Okay, come on. No, that's my zoom. No, not that. Come on. Oh, come on. Okay. Why won't my damn weather thing come up? Damn it. Uh, There it is. Thank you. Oh, that's interesting. Well, so is this all coming up from the south? Yeah, boy, there ain't shit out there. I don't know why it's raining so hard. Let me over here. All right, let's go back. I know. I know. God, guys, I'm gonna have to go. I just can't stay awake. Um, Hang on a second, though. Let me. I'm trying to find out if there's going to be a window where the weather stops raining. Yeah, it looks like the window's here now. In a couple minutes here, it's going to be clearing up, so I can go back in the house. All right, guys, that's all I got for tonight. I wish I had more RC stuff for you. Making progress on cars and the shop, the motorcycle, little stuff, but nothing. I'm going to be starting my other channel soon, and you're going to get a lot of content there to watch. Got some introducing the cars as I bought them, some of them, not all of them. Putting the lift together, repairing a few cars. I did some videos on installing an air conditioning compressor, clutch, and doing the water pump seals and everything on my buddy's Impala. I did a video on all that. So I've got a lot of content for the new channel, the car channel. So when I get that started, you guys are going to have to come subscribe to that, and you can get updates on all that. I don't know where I'm going to put the man cave. Probably, I think I'm just going to bounce it around all three channels. There's going to be an airplane channel, a car channel, and a garage channel, I think. I don't know. I'm not sure where I'm going to put that, but anyway. All right, guys, I'm going to call it because I gotta go sleep. I'm freaking spent. So you guys have a great night. Thanks for showing up tonight. Appreciate it. We'll catch you guys. What did you miss, Dan? Not too much. I did a quick unboxing. New G8 shirt came today. I got two of them, a black one and a blue one. So these came today. All right, and then I got. There's a deal that if you go to, I didn't tell you guys that. Street Legal Performance. This channel's on there. SL. What is it? That's Street. SLP. Oh, legit streetcar. That's what it is. So LSC. Yeah, LSC. Legit streetcar. He's promoting this Avalon. Ceramic coating. Okay. And I think these are usually $69 or $79 each. But right now, you can buy two for $99. And that's enough to do two full cars, or a car and or one truck. And then it comes with a free bottle of the Quick Detail ceramic coating, which kind of gives this coating a boost. So that we did an unboxing on that. And then I've been talking about the cars, and I got some cool signs. I'll just go through the signs real quick. A guy at a car show gave me these Pontiac signs to go with my G8. And so I got a couple of Pontiac signs that are pretty cool. I don't have a GTO, but it's a cool GTO sign. And got a bunch of signs here. These are all metal signs too. They're not cheap plastic. They're all steel signs. Okay. And then my favorite sign's this big one. It's Pontiac genuine engineered parts. Nice sign. And this is about the same size as my Captain America shield. So Yeah, I like this one. It's pretty cool. And then let's see what else. Like I was telling the guys, I found a sign I could print. It says Pontiac parts or service. I forget. Maybe it says service. I thought these said service and it said parts, but no, I think it's the other way around. And I think I can print it as big as this one if I cut it into 4 pieces. If it's going to be, I'm going to print multicolor. I don't know how that's going to work out. I've never done a multicolor print um, where I took one object and cut it into 4 pieces, and then after you print it, you glue it all back together. But I might try it. I'm thinking I might just try it on this cool Pontiac sign I found, and that sign will light up. You could put a light behind it. It's designed to be backlit, and it's got a back you put on it, so it looked like a clock almost. And yeah, you put lights inside the light the print, and then you put the back on it, and you plug it in, and it lights up. So that should look pretty cool. So yeah, that's about it. Me falling asleep and rambling on. That's about it. Just really tired. Just got home from. I started cooking ribs at 2:30. Got to the church at 6. We played dominoes from 6 to 9. We ate first and then played dominoes from 6 to 9. I won tonight by 119 points. And then I came into the show till now, and I'm falling asleep. So I'm sorry you got here late, but I'm just too spent to do any more tonight. So, so you're familiar with the Avalon product? Well, that's good. Yeah, I like it. I think it did a nice job. The water just beads right off the Daytona. I haven't done the Pontiac yet. Oh, and then I did a really cool thing. When I got the Pontiac, it came with the factory spoiler was off the tail off the deck lid, and almost all of the cars I looked at on Marketplace are missing the uh, the spoiler on the trunk lid. This must be a theme. All you see is the mounting piece that it was stuck to. Apparently, they're all blowing off the car. So, so the guy gave me a carbon fiber one with the car when I bought the car. He gave me a chin spoiler for under the front and then a deck lid spoiler for the deck lid. And it's black carbon fiber, but I tried my blue cast paint that is a clear coat with a candy apple blue, you know, shine to it that you can see through. And I put a couple coats of that on the as test coats because I got to sand it smooth first. And it looked cool as shit. Now it's blue, matching the car, but you can still see the carbon fiber through the blue paint. And out in the sunlight, it just pops. It really looks cool. So I've decided I'm going to go ahead and paint it blue. So I was sanding on that today, wet sanding it with 800. Once I get it smoothed out, I'm going to go back over it with probably 1,000, and then 1,500, and then maybe 2,000. I don't know how far I need to really go with it. And then I'm going to shoot a couple coats of that blue on it till I get the perfect shade of blue I like. And then I'm going to clear coat it. Probably put 2 or 3 coats of clear on it. Wet sand it again to smooth it all back out. So it's baby ass smooth. And I put 1 more coat of clear on it, and then put it on the car. So it two-sided tapes on, but there's a bolt at each end that goes through the deck lid. And it was damaged when he gave it to me. One of the uh, rivet nuts was ripped out of the fiberglass. So I bought this cool rivet nut tool. I think I got this off Amazon, and it came with 186 rivet nuts, all different sizes, as big as I think 6 millimeter down to 3/8 inch 18 thread. I think I don't know. It's a whole whole assortment of rivet nuts. And so I found the one that matched. The rivet was on the other end, and I put one on the other end, and I not only riveted it back into the hole, but I put epoxy all around it because it was the hole was slightly boogered up. So I redid it with epoxy, and then I riveted the rivet nut into it. So the epoxy and between the carbon fiber itself, crimping to that, and the epoxy, I don't think it's coming out. So that's what I was working on today, and we'll probably do it tomorrow. So, but for tonight, I have to go sleep because I am spent. I don't know why, but I really am. And they were making fun of me because playing dominoes can just wear you out. So, yeah, that's cool. What kind of model car guy are you? What's your model car club? Yeah, so the G8's my second Pontiac. I also have the 2+2 from 1986, the NASCAR 2+2 Pontiac. I have one of those. So eventually I'll have a spot in the garage here and put my Pontiac only parking signs up, and I'll have my two Pontiacs in there. Either if I put them on the lift, they'll be one on top of the other. If I put them under the staircase, it'll be next to each other. I'm sure it'll be in one of the two places. I'll put the two together, and go from there. So, other than that, I don't have anything new to really talk about. I haven't, other than printing. I think the last thing I printed was this car, and then the wheels separately, because these are not the wheels that are supposed to be on this car. These wheels came off of a Dodge Challenger that I grabbed, resized, and then printed them to fit this car. And I like these. They're 5-spoke, and the ones that were supposed to be on this car wouldn't print. I mean, they printed, but they kept falling apart. The axle would just come loose from the wheel. So it was a bad file, So, and these you can, they're adjustable. So you can put them in as deep as you want. If you want them hanging out of the fender, or the quarter panel like that, you can do that. Or you just push it all the way underneath. It's adjustable. So you can, that's a little too far under. Let me pull it back out a little bit. And you can put it in there. So I like that. I like the axle idea. This is the same way. These are axles too. You can pull these wheels off. So I could print these bigger, this style wheel, and put it on this car. All I got to do is blow them up bigger, and then I could put them on. I could reprint them bigger and then put them on that car. So, and the cool thing about these is there's tread on the tires. I don't know if I can get that close enough to the camera that you can see that, but yeah, there's actually tread on those tires. And it's really defined really well. I mean, the tread looks awesome. You can see the grooves in it, but you can't really see the tread. It's cool. That's the first. I've printed a bunch of wheels. That's the first time I've had one that had tread on it. I mean, literally water channeling tread on the tire. It's, no shit. It's pretty cool. I thought that was a really nice touch, the way they did that. So anyway, so that's my story. I'm sticking to it. Yeah, when I first met Deb, and when we got married, we had just gone out and bought her a brand new. She was driving a Honda, and she was upside down in it. She bought it from her ex-husband. He was the finance manager at a car dealership, and he fucked her good. Oh my God. She'd been paying on that car for 5 or 6 years and had a $9,000 balloon payment at the end to buy the car or have to give it back. And I was like, so we traded it in on a 99 Pontiac Formula Firebird that had the monsoon stereo. It had T-tops. It was pewter, the color, the pewter color. It was a beautiful car. They were on sale, dirt cheap. They were giving them away. So we bought that car and traded the Honda in on that car, and we kept that for quite a few years, and then we sold it when I started buying more Impalas. I already had one or two, and then I bought two more, and that's when we sold and I bought two Cadillac Fleetwoods also. And at that point, she decided she didn't want the Pontiac anymore. So we got rid of the Pontiac and just and kept the Impalas and the Fleetwoods. There's a gash in this back window, and I don't know how that got there. I think it'll sand out, but that's weird. I don't know how that got in the window. Obviously, something fell on it. So, yeah, Spencer deal. Yeah, kinda, I guess. Yeah, it was a terrible deal. So we had to get that. We had to get out from under that car. So, and she wanted a sports car, so we got her the Pontiac, and it was great for several years. And then she started having trouble getting in and out of it because it's kind of low. And after I bought my Fleetwood, and she borrowed it one day and wouldn't give it back, she said, "Oh no, I'm keeping it. I like this car." So I went out and bought her one nicer than mine. Hers was really beautiful. And so we each had Fleetwoods. We each had Impalas. And then we sold the Pontiac, and I bought her the Fleetwood. So I told her, I said, well, I thought I was getting the money from the Pontiac. And she said, no, I want to keep the money. And I said, all right, well, then you got to give me a car. Which car do you want, the Fleetwood or the Impala? Because you got to give me one of the cars. And so she gave me she kept her Fleetwood and gave me the Impala. And then when she left me, she got rid of the Fleetwood for a lease on a Hyundai Sonata. Paid off Cadillac and needed a transmission rebuild. That was going to be a couple $100, even if. Well, it might even have been a couple $1,000, or I could have got one out of a salvage yard, put it in myself, and for peanuts, she could have had a paid off car, but instead she traded on a lease, so it's not even her car. And when the lease was up, then she had to go buy a car, and oh geez, what a nightmare that was. And then the Cadillac had gotten away. I wish I had kept, I would have kept that car. It was beautiful. So we lost that Cadillac after that. I still have mine, but hers was, mine's pretty, but hers was prettier. So anyway, so that's where we're at with the Pontiacs. And in the meantime, I bought the 2+2, and then just recently I bought this G8. I've only had it maybe 2 months now. So anyway. Now you're all caught up, Wigs. That's pretty much it. That's all we've talked about tonight. Yeah, and I'm falling asleep, so I'm gonna go turn in. It's we're losing an hour's sleep tonight anyway, so it's 1:45, which is really 1:45. So I just wish I had more to talk about. We really don't have any RC shit to talk about. Nobody's flying. Nobody's got any great deals going on. So there's nothing really to talk about in the RC world. And yeah, that's about it. So now you're all caught up, and I'm gonna call it a night and get busy tomorrow. Want to get that spoiler painted and on the car. So I'm hoping to do that tomorrow. One last thing I show you. This is the tool that puts, I don't know if you're familiar with rivet nuts, but bought this tool. I think it was in the $38 range, and it came with like 170 rivet nuts. And what it is it's a sleeve with a shoulder on it that you thread onto here with the shoulder down. You slide it into the hole in steel, whatever you're working on. And you slide it in, and then you do this, and it crimps the nut into the hole. You know, pulls the back into the front, just like a pop rivet. And when you get it crimped to where it's hard, you release it, unthread it out, and now you've got a fastener into that hole that has threads in it for whatever thread you put in it. And it came with, I want to say, 16 different thread sizes, 8 metric and 8 American, and ranging from, I think, 1 or 2 millimeter up to 6 millimeter. No, maybe more than that. Well, I think there's maybe a 1.5, a 2, a 2.5. I think 6 is as big as it went there. And then the American size, I think it was 3/16, all the way up to the one I used on here was a 1/4 20. It went up to half 18 thread, I think. I don't know I can't remember if it went bigger than that, but so there's a lot of different sizes. I was able to find the one the rivet nut that matched the one on the other side of the spoiler. The one had gotten pulled out. I don't know how. There really wasn't any damage to the spoiler. Just the nut was ripped out of it, and so I put one back in, and that's what I bought this tool to do. And it's worked perfect. So I added some epoxy in there too to make sure it really bit into it good. So I think it'll stay on. I don't see it being a problem. And that's it. Now we're all caught up. So all right, guys. So have a great night, and we'll talk to you, next week not for sure, but probably. If not before or even after. If something exciting happens, I'll probably do a special show on it. So, don't be surprised if that happens. But for right now, that's all I got. So have a great night. We'll see you later.